questions.
You want answers.
I want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
All right, Holmes. This should be a good one.
Yeah.
Be a long video, man. Doing Mr. Lucky Shuck.
Lucky Shuck.
Lucky Shuck tonight.
Lucky Shuck. That sounds kind of like a bad word.
And it was good for him.
Oh, man.
After we read through this, everybody's going to call him Lucky Shuck.
Well, he made the Ellen Show.
He did make the Ellen Show.
And most of our testimonies do not mention him at all. So, you know,
not yet.
Jesus Campos, both of his don't mention him at all. The security guards never mention him. No one mentions him.
Yeah.
Except, you know, well, and in the last video, I just kind of want to clarify something because I was a little, in the last video that you just, because people that watch this, you want to, you really want to watch these in order.
Yeah.
So the last one was an animation. And when you posted that, of course, you didn't consult with me like you probably should have.
Probably.
Yeah, you know, and so anyway, I'm not going to take it personally, but I would have done some things different. But needless to say, one question that I had, I thought that the whole video animation was based on the investigative report. Okay. And that animation was based on a lot of other things that are true. You've taken bits and pieces to say this is what seems to have happened. So, and that's why I brought it up to you the other day that, you know, we need to have maybe an overlay of the investigative report being in animation.
Yeah.
And then an overlay of the actual sworn statements in animation.
Yeah.
And see what the big differences are, because there are some, and Shuck is one of those.
Oh, sure.
So,
I mean, look, I mean, none of it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the investigation confuses it even more. I mean, hell, the final report doesn't even match the sworn statements. So
no, not at all.
Oh yeah, you know, I mean, we're going to do Shuck tonight, then we'll do Allsbury, and then we'll probably just move into room 135 and 134.
Yeah.
Where Paddock was, because there's a lot of issues there. I've talked to a lot of folks, and lots of issues inside those rooms that don't make any sense. And I you know, I hate to do the videos where, you know, we start doing what if this happened, what if that happened, because really for us, what we're trying to do is go, you know, this is what we were given. It should make sense.
Right.
Because this is what law enforcement provided us.
Well, yeah. And really we're there just to say, okay, these are the facts. You make the decision, because, I mean, everybody has a little opinion about things, but all we're trying to do with these investigative reports is really just give you the facts and break them down so we understand sentence by sentence a lot of these sworn statements. And
yeah, I think it's the only way to go through this for us anyway, is to hone in on one particular thing at a time, because there's so many conflicting issues. I mean, obviously somebody threw in a bunch of junk,
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but if I was a FBI agent, an honest one, or an honest cop in Vegas, or an honest security officer in the Mandalay Bay, I would be sick to my stomach, because it's not representative of that. And something occurred. It's obviously somebody threw in a bunch of things that just don't make sense. And somebody actually has the information we need. I mean, we've got a list, and more and more people are providing us a list of their questions. And so I'm putting that list together. The reality is we have to have those timestamps.
Right.
And I think whoever orchestrated the disinformation campaign for this has those timestamps and knows it's that bad, right?
Right.
I mean, they know it.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it would be one thing if it was a cover-up that looked real, that you couldn't prove any different. But this one is so obviously bad.
Right.
I mean, look, we've got, when we go through this, we've got like Jesus Campos's, ABC Nightline. They did, they have Jesus and Shuck, and we're going to do Shuck tonight.
Right.
In an elevator. Okay? So the final report actually puts them and uses the timestamp on the ABC Nightline. Now, as far as I know, the Vegas police or the FBI did not provide anybody the video of Shuck or Campos in an elevator. The Mandalay Bay provided that. And I mean, if I may be incorrect, I don't know, but all I know is I've seen that from the ABC Nightline video.
Okay.
The problem with the videos is that it's not the correct timeline. And the only reason I know that is because if you look at the timeline in the elevators for both Shuck and Campos, you can see where the timeline actually is different than the timeline shown when Paddock was in an elevator. They're not consistent, for one.
Right.
For another, you can see where somebody, look, all of us can edit photos.
Right.
I mean, hell, I can do a better job editing photos on my phone than I can on my computer nowadays.
Right.
Whoever edited this video or those two videos did a horrible job. They should have hired somebody else. And we have a sworn statement where the IT guy or whoever the guy was, the video guy, actually said in his sworn statement that he edited the videos.
Really?
Yeah, I mean,
oh my gosh.
Everybody in this case tampered with evidence.
What the heck?
But here's the key: is you can see where they blocked out or covered up the timestamp in the video, right?
Oh, wow.
All right. The timestamp that's used for both of these, and I want everybody to actually pay attention to this, because I'm looking at these elevator things, and I can't listen to the Nightline, because Nightline actually, in Shuck, and we're going to cover him, right? They actually say, hey, he is going up to the 32nd floor.
Armed units only.
Meanwhile, Stephen Schuck, an engineer, is riding an elevator to the 32nd floor in response to Campos's earlier call about that L bracket. Pushing his maintenance cart, he walks out of the elevator and straight into danger.
I started to hear the shooting.
He has his cart, and he wasn't going up. He was coming down. And they said, here's his elevator picture. And at 22:08 and 52 seconds, which was 10:08 and 52 seconds, Nightline tells the American public that Shuck is pushing his cart onto the 32nd floor at 10:08:52. All right.
How did they get that information?
Well, 10:08:52 is the video that the Mandalay Bay gave them. Okay, with the 10:08:52.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, it doesn't make sense for one, because you got the animation. It's, the animation's about at least 80% correct.
Right.
But if you look at the timestamp of not only Jesus, but Shuck.
Yeah.
It's the exact same kind of, whoever did it probably did them simultaneously, right? I mean, they use the same, right? Have you ever seen a timestamp? I mean, this is just a question for everybody out there, because I literally have not seen this. But maybe, look, I mean, I know I've traveled all over the world, right? I mean, I'm retired military. I deployed numerous times. I mean, I lived overseas most of my life. I have literally never seen this before. So maybe somebody out there has.
Okay.
A timestamp that uses semicolons instead of colons.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that either. That's interesting right there. Maybe, and I'm just as a government employee talking again, okay? maybe it was either an intern or, some kind of part-time person just filling in for somebody on vacation, and they gave them this task to do, because nobody will believe them. They're probably maybe high school or college student that's just interning part-time, or somebody's kid or something doing that.
Right.
I've been right when it comes to those hunches. I've been right at least twice during these videos.
You have. I don't want to. I don't actually want to. I don't want you to be right anymore, actually.
I'm just saying.
So this is the thing. We've got a sworn statement by the guy in the dispatch room who screwed with the evidence of the videos, because he said the timestamps were off.
So I'm going to change them?
So when they were asked to provide the videos, he went in, recognized it, and changed it.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. We have his sworn statement.
What the heck?
Now, we'll cover that guy when we get to the dispatch room, right? So the dispatch room, I know. It's a stapler away from your hand. So when we get to the dispatch room, we'll be a little later on, but we got all kinds of people to interview there, right? So
yeah.
But just so everybody knows, it was actually written down in a sworn statement that he did that. Now, I will tell you, if you look, and I'll try to show it on this video, if you look at all the video in the dispatch room, they all have timestamps on the videos, all the video screens.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
The video screens have the exact same time as the police body cams.
Okay.
So what's this guy in the dispatch room talking about?
What the heck,
I mean,
man?
after I looked through that sworn statement, and we're going to get to it eventually, I went back to all the dispatch movies, the body cams, and I'm comparing, and I'm like, there's no difference in time. It's all the same time. What's this guy talking about? So I'm telling you, man, it's just wow. It really makes me sick to my stomach when I dig into this stuff. But
well, let's get started with Shuck.
Okay, so Shuck. Anyway, so just to confirm, you don't use semicolons for time.
I never have. I just did my timesheet today, and Never used a semicolon for it.
Okay. So next time, what I want everybody out there to do is use a semicolon for your timesheet. See if it gets approved. If it doesn't, then you should work for the FBI or Las Vegas Police Department or the Mandalay Bay. They accept it.
Oh,
or
man.
even Nightline, ABC Nightline. So
there you go.
Semicolons in your timesheet. No one else in the world does. All right.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah.
You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.